Hello everybody, and today I'm back with another toy review. Sorry in the background if you could hear my mom in the bathroom, but anywho, today I'm back with another like figure wars, like when we do like two figures compared to each other. Now today I'm gonna be doing neca Godzilla Atomic Blasts versions. Now first off, on one side we've got the older the older Atomic Blast figure, or at least on the movie, not when the figure's released, but I think it's also older. Anywho, we have the GMK Godzilla. This is the Atomic Blast version, and it is much more worth it, and I don't know why fans are picking the regular one instead of this figure more. But anywho, place it so to back, just so to back. And on the other side, the newest, latest action figure just released last year, and I don't know why it just stalled hard doing this video now, but anywho. On the other side, we've got Godzilla 2019. Let's get a closer look. Yep. It's a very great action figure. See, here we go with his stuff. Now I'm not gonna do the paper checklist thing that I usually do in the figure fun, like how do I say like, let's say. Oh, and there's my mom there again in the bathroom. You could hear some sounds there. But anywho, we got sort of like a figure battle, like a toy battle. That's what it's gonna be called. Of these two. Now, let's take a look at which one is better. Now, I'm pretty sure both of them are worth it for the price point, but for the actual like figure, which one is like better, it's not like which figure is like more worth it, because well, they both are worth it. So they both are pretty much worth it. And as you can see there, King Ghidorah, some of my blazing monster machines, all of them, the Chucky meal, the KFC toys. I'm not sure if that's Indonesia or not. And that's my two King Ghidorah minifigures. We have GMK, which I haven't straightened up yet, and Pickle just dropped, so let's just take a look. Just gonna fix some stuff, and there we go. There it is. And also the Croco Shot figure. And also some of the paper over there, and my background there. It's actually my bed. I usually like these series, but now I don't really like them. So starting off with accessories, Godzilla sort of takes the cake, the 2019 one, because this one comes with a beam. Right, it comes with a beam. So you could just open the mouth, and yes, it's on a hinge. So you could just place it in, just slightly try to push that in. As you can see here, there are some like teeth marks or hole. Let me see if I can try to get it to focus. There's some teeth marks on the bottom. There's nothing. Those teeth marks goes on the top. 1 second. Yep, like that. So it's pretty good. It's a very good display if you wanna try using it, but without any explosion parts. If you wanna display it in like him shooting like a building, it's worthless. Like how could this guy shoot in a building like without anything exploding? That doesn't make sense. Fire makes everything explode. Well, at least this one. Or, I don't know, atomic breath, I don't know. Anywho, next up we've got this guy's accessory, and he comes with the same beam. But he also comes with an explosion, which on my figure is useless because the head can't really look down, because I just force it, that'll happen. Anywho, I'm pretty sure this one I got tricked by the seller that sell this figure on Indonesia, because I live in Indonesia, so yeah. Anywho, all you need to do is just open the mouth. Again, it's on a hinge, you know, simple, and then just attach the beam. But on some other people's figure, this godzilla can look down, so the explosion is useful, alright? But when it comes to my figure, it's a different story. It doesn't really want to look down, so every time I try to attach the explosion by just this one single bump here, this bump, it doesn't really work that well. And Kingo is kind of shiny there for some weird reason on the camera, even though it's the outer. Let me just try to fix my Kingo. Kingo is kind of my first figure. It's my first figure, but to other persons that actually own this figure, this explosion is gonna be useful. So we'll go for this guy for the point, right? Now we're gonna go for the simple stuff. We're gonna go through the articulation real quick. Now I'm not gonna compare. I'm just gonna figure out which one is more like articulated and which one has more range. But let's just see. First up, we'll go over for GMK Godzilla, okay? So, first up, we got a hinge jaw, again, as I showed you earlier, and then we have a ball jointed neck, and a ball jointed head, and a ball jointed neck. The shoulders are also on ball joints with hinge swivels elbows. And then we're gonna have ball jointed wrists, with, for some reason, NECA actually included finger joints. And then we're gonna have waist ball joint that is much more useful than the King of Monsters figure, the King of the Monsters figure. And then we're gonna have ball jointed hips, and for some reason the thighs, one actually likes to move, but it's kind of stiff to bend, but swiveling is no problem. On the other hand, swiveling is really stiff and it doesn't even want to bend at all. And then we got ball jointed like ankles, and then we're gonna have 4 ball joints on the tail and 1 bendy wire, which is on mine. It doesn't work, and I don't really want to force it to snap like that, because it will actually feel really weird if it snapped. So yeah, nice detailing anyways. Anywho, he has, let's say, 1 2 3 4 5, let's say 1 2 3 5 7 9 11 12 14 16 18, and lastly 23. So there's 23 points of articulation that is very useful, unlike some person can't really post stuff with the King of the Monsters figures because of the design. It kind of blocks it. But for the GMK Godzilla, you could do nearly any pose you want. So I actually want to give the shout out to this Godzilla better, but that one has 25. Anywho, for the King of the Monsters one, mine has a ball jointed head, a ball jointed jaw, ball jointed neck, head, and a ball jointed neck, which for some reason mine is loose. We do have ball jointed shoulders, which is very good. And then we're gonna have hinge swivels at the elbows. And a lot of people, everyone has hinge swivels on the arms, but for mine I have ball joints. Now I have no idea what's wrong with that one, but it really bothers me because it's really loose. And then the ab crunch doesn't really want to work at all. Mine sort of twists and turns just a little bit, and sort of moves up, sort of can rotate if you just move it up to like. And then we're gonna have ball joints hit hips, thighs. Again, like the GMK one of them is pretty hard to move. it doesn't even want to hinge at all. And then we've got 10 ball joints, which is, I think, is really useful. Now, as far as it goes, it's kind of difficult. For the actual joints, now for mine can set a little bit more pose, because of the ball joints and the looseness in the neck, sort of just a little bit, and maybe the ball joints. But we're gonna count everyone's figure, not just mine. No, everybody else's. So it doesn't really affect the most joints. So let's start off. For the head, we'll go for the GMK there, because it has a lot more range on every other people's joint, like every other person's joint. It's much more effective, and you could get a lot of motion, unlike the neck joint in the 2019 one. And then the shoulders, I really want to go with the neca one, the GMK one. It has hidden triggers, but the actual one, I actually want to go through the King of the Monsters figure, because the hinge triggers is actually kind of more effective, and also these elbow joints, they're not the most stiff. I need to go with it. I need to. The waist, it's already clear for a winner. Even not only mine, but a lot of figures joints are really tight on that one to move, the King of the Monsters one. So I had to go with the let's say this one, the GMK. Anywho, and then the hips. Now everybody else only do mostly swivels, but this one does more. But I really want to go with this one, and I do, because, well, it has more joints. Now the tail has much more, around what, 6 more joints, but this one can look up, like straight up. Well, this one doesn't really look, he like curled up, like straight up, like let's say the GMK one that can actually strike that pose. But I really want to give it to the NECA Godzilla V2 one, because it has a much more joints, and it is much more funner to move a lot of joints than just a ineffective bendy wire and a few ball joints. But as far as it goes, for the head, it's literally you're seeing a 3-2 score. The head portion goes to the GMK. So like stuff, I'm gonna give it to the GMK one, because you can set much more pose, like much more pose. Like there's a lot of posing you could do with it. So I really gotta go with the GMK one. He's the winner. Yeah. Now, as far as detail goes, mine kind of sucks on this figure, because as you can see here, there's some black paints, but a lot of people doesn't have it. So again, we're gonna focus on every other people's figure. Now, first up, we'll go over for the, yeah, I guess. Let's just move it. Anywho, for the head portion, a lot of people has good paint, but mine, this eye doesn't really capture the best, while the other eye can sort of capture a great amount of silver paint there. On the other one, doesn't really capture the most. That's kind of weird, but a lot of people does have great paint on them, so I'm gonna go to this one. And then for the shoulders, I really want to give it to this one. It has great paint, and there's no turning back now. It's very great. Aside from the hinge shrivels, because, well, maybe there's a little bit more like blue painting on the shoulders, because I really like how NECA did this figure. It looks good. Like, there's nothing wrong with this figure at all. When it comes to this figure, there's only a few blues at the shoulders and the, like, let's say, from the I'm sorry, like the elbow, from the upper elbow up, there's not really much blue paint. So yeah, I really need to go with this one, despite it having a great claw paint. This one definitely takes the cake. As you can see here, now moving up to the legs, I really want to go for the GMK one because, well, yeah, the blue paint is much more captured, but I really want to go with this one because it has a great paint, and if I just go for that one, it kind of will suck me up, and yeah, it's kind of good. Now, first up, before that, I'm gonna take a look at the main body. Mine is kind of sloppy in the right portion of the figure, but a lot of people doesn't have these quality control issues. So, in the GMK one, it's made of soft plastic, which means, like mine, it can tear apart, and well, as you can see here, there's some paint starting to chip off, so you really gotta go for this one. It has a lot more blue paint and it looks much more eye-catching. Finally, for the tail, again, I really need to go with this one. This one doesn't have any paint at all. Now, despite this figure doesn't look accurate compared to the film, it looks absolutely fantastic, and I recommend you to pick this figure up. Alright, so I'll go with this one. This one is the different winner. Now, finally, for the scaling. Fortunately, none of them scale well. Here's him with my only King Ghidorah figure, at least the 6-inch Ghidorah figure I have on my collection. Here is the Jack-specific King Ghidorah. Let's push it back. Show it. There's Jack's. There's GP King Ghidorah or Jack-specific. Go for that. And then here's my bootleg, sort of bootleg, I guess, Indoraptor accent figures. As you can see here, they don't really scale well, but thanks to NECA for keeping the 6-inch like format, and it feels much more scaled well to each other. Now, as far as I goes, it's a tie. I have to admit it. It's a tie. Whee! So, let's see the final score. And then we're gonna go for the price point first. So, how does the price point is? Unfortunately, both of them are nearly the same. Hang on, I'll check on my big bag toy store. Let me see if I can check on Big Bad Toy Store, and let's just see it. So comparing it on the Big Bad Toy Store. So and yes, I already did reviews on both of these figures, so if you guys wanna check that out, maybe like a link down below. And let's see at Big Bad Toy Store of the actual price point. Okay, so I actually think this one is much more worth it because it has a lot more paint and a lot more articulation, but doesn't have much paint, and it comes with more accessories. Yep, lots of accessories. But hang on, calculating the price point, NECA Godzilla Atomic Blast 6-inch action figure, the 2001 one, it's the $29.99 or $30. Now calculating to this figure is $22.99. So they're both the same price mostly. So it's pretty much gonna be a tie for both action figures. Yep, it's a tie. I must confess, it's a tie. So let's take a final look. Before that, I wanna do a rarity. Now, I'm not sure if this one is already rare or not because this is a pretty old figure. Like this one is like newly released, but because a lot of people aiming at this figure. I'm not sure if it's gonna be common to find this figure anymore. So yeah, I must confess, both of them are nearly the same, but because this is an older figure, I have to agree that this one is gonna start the lower up and gonna get rarer. Yep, this one is gonna get rarer in the near future, maybe a few days, months, maybe years, I don't know, but it will get rarer, and this one is gonna keep, like, it's gonna get rare one day, but it still will have more numbers than this one, because this one is much more newer than the old figure of JMK. And then we're gonna take a look at the actual final. So I have to confess, for the actual one, it's, let's say, accessories, Godzilla 2019 wins it. Articulation, GMK wins it. And then we're gonna go for the details of 2019. Scaling, no one wins, so we're gonna have to do this. And then for the price point, it's again. But finally, the royalty, we will have to go with the 2019 one. I'm sorry. Yeah, for the rarity, we're gonna, for the like rarity, or maybe like it's either the rarity or the common. So more affordable price tag. This one is much more affordable, so we'll go for this one. So yeah, the winner is, guess what? It's a pretty shocking answer.